Marshall skips away. Marshall skips away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing.
Bennett and the Dragons win the grand final.
Whips that one away, and Kane Williamson and his team now World Test Champions.
Welcome back to another episode of the TGIF podcast. Thank God it's footy. The 1st of Feb, your 30 swims, 31 swims in?
31 swims in deep.
Well, 32 is it?
32 now.
Yeah.
32 now. Actually, I had that conversation with Finny today about needing to
Well, maths from me there.
needing to remember that it's not day one of Feb or day one of 3. It's we've got to continue. So we're day 32 today. Back at work yesterday officially. What are we today? It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Back at work on Tuesday. Sorry. So yeah, kids back next Wednesday. A little bit of a long weekend. Obviously Waitangi Day there next Tuesday, and we're not in on Monday, so yeah, a bit of a long weekend, which is nice.
4-day.
Yeah, 4-day, which is good. Off to the old tree adventures tomorrow for a bit of team building.
Yeah.
So I can't complain there. Nice way to end the week. Nice way to finish off a Friday. And there's still been plenty of sport going on as well. We've got through that break in the UK with the football. We're starting to, amp our way up for some pre-season footy, which kicks off in 2 weeks and a few days?
2 weeks,
We said 16th, I think it was.
15th.
15th.
First game.
So, there's been plenty of cricket on as well. So there's been all sorts going on. A little bit of news still coming in terms of the old rugby league. I think the biggest thing, Wayne Bennett coming out saying he's pretty keen to take on that Kiwis coaching role there. I think that's probably the biggest thing over the last week or so.
Yeah, hell of a claim from the old Wiley Wayno. Certainly wouldn't mind it. It's obviously vacant since Madge had to vacate the role, but Wayne Bennett, that would be a hell of a replacement going into the next World Cup cycle if we could nail that down.
Oh, 100%. I saw old Volandis there, bit of a dig at the Kiwis, saying obviously why would Wayne want to go to a losing team?
Or a team that would lose to Australia.
That's I don't know exactly how it's
something like
there,
that.
But the old 30-0 drubbing was quick to leave the memory, I'm guessing, there for him. It's big call from Wayno. It'd be awesome, I think, a real handy acquisition for the Kiwis there to have someone like him in charge of the team.
Shit, yeah. Wouldn't be saying no to a bit of that. Surely he'd be able to get the boys fighting. We saw what he did with that Queensland side. With a couple of weeks in charge, we saw how he had the Dolphins firing last year,
Yeah, I think
get those Kiwis in tournament mode. He'll have them raring to go.
100%.
Peaking, absolutely, for the finals.
At the right time, like
Yeah,
we say,
like we always
peak
harp on
at
about.
the right time. He's a winner. Wayno, he knows how to go out there and do it.
Maybe he could make old Pete eat his words of it, but we'll have to wait and see if that comes to any fruition, I suppose. Some more coaching news. Cam Smith has stepped down from his role as assistant of the Maroons there.
Yep, I've seen that. Yeah, unusual.
Breaking up the big three that they've got involved in that coaching staff. Billy and JT obviously still in and around.
Yeah,
so plenty of Queensland magic for the lads to rub off on. But
what is his?
Hoping it makes a difference in a negative way.
Yeah. Do we have any idea of what he's going to be up to now? Has he come out?
I think he's gone to coach some. I'm not too sure if it's junior footy or maybe just like a sort of local club. Get in there as a main coach, work his way up from the grassroots. Very Cam Smith move. He could probably move straight into NRL.
Hardworking lad, good on him. I don't know if you saw as well, GI.
Linking up with the Tigers.
Linking up with the Tigers
little,
there.
mentor for Buller.
Could sort of go one of two ways. But I definitely think it's going to have more positives than negatives. I think it'll be, he was a very raw talent last year, obviously, and I was harping on saying that he was going to be the next big thing, and I think he definitely could be the next big thing. But yeah, a handy person to sort of show you the ropes, I guess, as well, you know.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want a 22-year-old GI coming in and showing you the ropes, being your mentor, but having gone through a career like GI, if Jureen can even have half of that, he'll be pretty stoked. I think Tigers fans would be too. So long as he stays with you guys, of course.
Exactly.
But,
if we lose him before next year, then we're in the shit, because I think that'd be a real taster and link up together, Luai and Buller. That could be awesome, I think, together. But yeah, exactly.
Hopefully we see a little bit of GI and Jureen come out this year.
100%. I definitely think with the player that the fullback that I'd sort of relate him to the most would be a Billy Slater type of fullback. I think that's sort of what I saw the most out of him, or even maybe at stages like a Jared Hayne from that season, possibly.
I think the main thing, obviously coming from being a Dragons fan, where we've had a couple of really talented fullbacks in the last 5 or 6 years, going back to Matt Duffy, but none of them have been all that hot in terms of defence, really. And Jureen Buller seems to be come in first season, your best defensive player.
Yeah, I think probably our best player last year, I'd say. And to be thrown in and given this sort of, I guess, goal of being the saving grace of this team that's completely fallen apart, and obviously not doing enough to steer us away from the spoon. But I think if it hadn't been for Buller, we could have lost a couple more of those.
Wrap that up a little bit quicker potentially.
Yeah, or just even had games where you had less hope. You saw him get the ball and it was kind of, you had a bit of hope, that he could, one of those players that can kind of just pull something out of nothing, he's got that, just that knack about him, to spot a gap or to spot a play that no one else can really pick up on. So yeah, I think it's a handy little play from the teams there, but still another, plenty more negatives being thrown around from the Tigers. I saw something else today about Richardson's son managing some dude, and we've signed this fella or something like that, and it's just that another big conundrum. But and with GI, it's a handy one. Dragons getting a bit of a signing over the line there as well.
Yeah, old Raymond Faitala Mariner after a little release from the doggies there. I don't know, this one could, similar to that GI mentorship role, could go one of two ways. We've seen Faitala Mariner on top form. He can be a pretty damaging player.
A handy acquisition, adding another double barrel
exactly.
into the team.
Always.
That's my first thought there. Adding another double barrel into the team, definitely a handy play. But yeah, I think you're probably right on it. He's definitely a handy player, but you can give, obviously, there's been stages there where he's probably not got as much game time as he would have liked due to not playing to his best, probably.
Yeah, it's also it's probably been really tough at the Dogs the last few years. Came through at the Warriors for a year or two there early on in his career, and since he's moved over there, the Dogs haven't really been much of a team, really.
Yeah.
Just been
they've been sort of, you've got to the start of the season, there's been a couple of new players come in, there's a bit of hype about them, and they sort of go on and do the same as what they've done for the last few years. So it's disappointing, obviously, for Doggies fans, the way that that's sort of gone for them, but I don't think it'll be too big of a loss for Doggies fans, I don't think.
Yeah, not so much of a big loss is where I was going with that. It's more, I guess, hard to judge a player that's sort of playing in a losing team, you know.
Yeah.
Not that he's
100%.
coming to a team that's guaranteed too many wins this year, but you know, if things go right, we can hopefully play some good footy.
It's a
and see-
sideways jump. It's not a back or a forwards. It's a nice little side step, you know. Often what you need, the old side step to continue to go forward. So for your sake, I'm sure you'll be hoping that it's a side step into space.
Sure, little sign.
By the old double barrel there, not a side step into the fullback or a side step into touch.
It's a good omen for winning premierships, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've said it before. If you can get those double barrels involved,
Not sure he's the player to do it, but you know,
it may just
numbers
attract
don't lie.
others. You know, you see maybe next year a Sofa Solomona signing for the Dragons.
wouldn't mind a bit of that. Fisher Harris,
James Fisher Harris signing for the Dragons. You know, something like that.
wouldn't mind a bit of that.
Someone
Josh
maybe
Adokar.
someone really nailing in the halves gets married and double barrels with his wife. You know, something like that.
Who's Nathan Cleary dating?
Nathan Cleary Fowler?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Cleary Fowler
in the halves.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a bit
You
of
know,
that.
something like that. That probably wraps up the old NRL talk on that note, I'd say. That's a nice little segue though from the league into the footy, the Cleary Fowler, into a bit of round ball. The old Gundam back in action after that little extended sort of break that we had there in our FA Cup.
Yeah, what was it, like two and a bit weeks off and then a week and a bit off? So
Yeah.
2 games in the last month?
So yeah, obviously no footy there last weekend due to the FA Cup. Shout out Maidstone quickly. Shout out Maidstone beating Ipswich. Shout out Gavin Hoyt, ex-Gooner. Probably not one that too many of the fans would remember. Old Gavin Hoyt. Excuse me. That match program that I've got from the teacher that went to Arsenal Everton 2006. Gavin Hoyt on the bench, I believe.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, bit of a throwback, bit of a Pro Evo, 2005 for me.
Yeah, I was going to
Pro
say
Evo
FIFA
5
sort of dude.
throwback, Gavin Hoyt. But yeah, captaining Maidstone to the win over Ipswich, it was, eh?
Yeah, hell of a story.
And I think we've been playing not too poorly this
If I'm
season.
wrong, second in the championship at the moment?
Something like that, I think, yeah.
Absolutely flying under the ex-Spurs and United assistant manager. What's his name? What's his name?
I'm not too sure who it is. Ipswich Town manager.
Kieran McKenna.
Oh, yep, the dude who was there with Carrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was at Spurs and then United, I think.
And I think he did.
Yeah.
Was he a
Spurs,
coach there
yeah.
at United with Carrick? Eh? Assistant,
With Carrick, potentially?
I believe so. Along with former United player, yeah, Michael Carrick. McKenna was promoted to
Solskjaer and then retained by Raniac.
yeah. So there you go. Yeah, shout out. Not shout out him though because he lost. So shout out, yeah, Gavin
But
Hoyt.
he was also assistant under Jose as well.
Yeah, I thought he'd been there for a bit. But yeah, shout out Maidstone. Going into the fourth. Is that into the 5th round actually? Was that was the 4th round? Or nah?
That was the 4th round because we got knocked out 3rd round.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out Maidstone, a 6th division team. So we've seen a few lovely non-league cup runs over the years. I
The
think
old
Sutton
what was his
United.
name with the pasty?
the Pies, the big goalie.
Yeah, was that something? No.
That was Sutton United,
Yeah.
and then there was also, was it Bradford that same year? Was it
Bradford made like the League Cup.
Was it
final
League
when
Cup?
they were League 2, I think.
Or was it League Two? Well,
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
That's
But-
what it was. He was the dude who had a pie, wasn't he?
Nah, that was the dude with the striker up top, the big Matt Reed, the big striker.
Yeah. That geezer
But
assistant.
the guy that
assistant.
the guy that ate the pie, I'm pretty sure was Sutton.
And he was the goalie.
I'm pretty sure he's the dude that ate the pie. Sutton United pie. Yeah, it was against us.
Yeah, it was against
Wayne
us.
Shaw.
Wayne Shaw ate a pie. He's a unit, eh?
But then was it? Did Lincoln make the final, or was it Bradford that?
Bradford made the League Cup final.
That Bradford knocked us out that year, and then in the final, I was going to say they got dipped in the final.
There's a League Two coming up against Swansea.
But there's been some cool cup runs throughout the years.
Probably so they're not coming up against any of their opponents in those last few rounds, but
That'd be a cool one to see.
yeah.
Maidstone make it that one round further. I don't know if the draw's been.
I think they have like the winner of. Sure, I don't know if it's been played already or needs a replay, but it might be like Sheffield United and someone else.
Sheffield and Coventry.
Yep, Sheffield, Wednesday, and Coventry.
So there you go, bro. And like,
I mean, they could sneak through another round, but like, surely it'd be so good for them. Imagine if they got like United or City.
yeah, you know,
Liverpool at Anfield, you know.
oh yeah, there's still some big teams there left, some big grounds that you can go to. It'd be bloody cool. But no, the Goondam though, they were getting back involved. Good to see that. Slightly nervy one, I guess. You know, going into the break 0-0, probably thinking we probably deserved a goal or two, I'd say, in that first half there.
Yeah, we played really well without obviously finishing anything off, which seems to be the theme of the season, really. First half, did Jesus hit the bar first half?
I think it was in the first half, I'm pretty sure.
Which was, I guess unlucky. A few other shots been blocked and sort of looking for that perfect opportunity, which, like I said, seems to be a bit of a theme of the season. But we came out second half and thanks to a little bit of slack defending from those Forest boys, letting Jesus in.
Lovely finish.
Yeah, good finish.
From that angle, but he shouldn't have got through.
Shouldn't have got through from the old long dribbly throw into the box. Thought it was a bit slack from them defensively, and then Matt Turner probably would have been hoping.
As a goalkeeping coach would not have been happy. You don't concede at your near post like that.
Rumours that Sam Johnson's is going to be on his way to Forest, so definitely not the sort of thing you want to be dishing up when your owner's looking to dip in for a new goalkeeper. But look, good on him. Ex-Arsenal lad, maybe just wanted to help us along.
Helping out the boys a little bit.
Jesus, nice finish through the legs.
And then Saka.
Yeah, made it 2. 10 and 10 for the season for him, so he probably wouldn't admit to being in the best form of his life.
I think he's just had a quiet patch. I think there was a stage in the season where he was playing some bloody good football.
Yeah.
But he's had a quiet patch the last 2 months or so. Not really been involved in the goals as much. We obviously haven't. We've dropped a few points here and there, dropped a few games. So I don't know about saying not the best form. I think it's more just that he's not playing as well as he was at the start of the season, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously the numbers are there to sort of prove that one.
He started off high and, he's had that little plateau, and hopefully now, getting back involved again.
Had a couple of good rests. And,
he has. They've had a bit nice break, so, ideally feeling refreshed and keen to kick on because obviously we were lucky. Snuck away with it in the end, conceding late on.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure in those last few minutes.
So
as well.
They're going to need to be up for it come the next game though. We can't be letting in, any late goals and affording Liverpool a chance. If we're 2-0 up against Liverpool and letting in some late goal like that, I think it's going to be a hell of a nervier finish than that Forest game.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about this one is we're at home. Big one to see if we can reel in 3 points on the league leaders. But some huge news, I guess, out of Liverpool in the last week since we last spoke. Jurgen Klopp stepping down after 9 years. It'll be 10 years maybe by the time he finishes.
That sounds about right in terms of when you think about like
seasons.
How long Kitty's been a fan of Liverpool, sort of thing.
Yeah.
When you think about it,
I think it was like 15, 16 he joined.
Well, it was that. I'm thinking it was like.
Or maybe 14, 15.
Yeah, or maybe 14, 15. Maybe his last year at Dortmund. Maybe Dortmund last year. Either way, I believe it was Kitty was rocking the FIFA 13, so I don't think that really helps us. But yeah, it is. It's huge news. I don't know if it's expected. I don't know where. 2015. So there you go. So, but yeah, it's. I don't think it's going to. Maybe that's that driving motivator for Liverpool to push
Lots
on.
of people are saying that it will be the motivator for them to scoop up 4 trophies this year, which is.
Do we see
cool.
any players follow suit and leave with Klopp leaving? And I believe is it Salah and Van Dijk
He's out of
contract. I'm pretty
Trent
sure.
As well.
And you see those. That's kind of like that is Liverpool. Salah, Van Dijk, Trent. I saw a post of like that quintessential Jurgen Klopp team. Quintessential, is that the right word? I don't even know if that's the correct word.
Yeah, I mean,
what does that mean?
Quintessential, I guess like similar to essential, is it not?
I just saw this thing and it was basically like it was that Liverpool team that you think of under Klopp.
The most perfect or typical example.
So go and then go.
Definitely not essential.
And this team only played. This team here only played.
The 18-19 Champions League final.
That was the only game they ever played together, and this is the Athletic, and I'm pretty sure you got to pay for this. That team there, when you think about Liverpool under Klopp, that's kind of what you think of.
Yeah.
Alisson,
Exactly.
Firmino, Matip, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Salah, Wijnaldum, Trent, Henderson, Robertson, Mane. Like one game together as a team ever.
Oh, a team though.
And that's kind of like you think about that. Then how many of them are still there if Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent go?
What, that'll be
2.
Alisson.
Alisson and Robertson. Crazy. So yeah, whether or not it is that instigator for Liverpool to kick on, ideally not. Hopefully we can jump out there. Obviously a little bit of talk as well. Arteta for that Barcelona job. Obviously Xavi saying that he was leaving at the end of the season, and then all of a sudden Arteta's linked with them, and he's obviously come out and squashed that.
He's come out and squashed it, but obviously there is part of you that has to think, he came through the academy.
He goes there, you can't really blame him, you know what I mean?
It's a huge club. It's a huge club, and he is from the area as well as a local boy, so hopefully he's still got some unfinished business.
Yeah, a little bit longer to sort of kick on is what I'm hoping, but it's a huge game. Big that we're at home. We just need to get out there, and if we can get an early goal, if we can finish something early on in the game and play with confidence, then I don't see why we can't win. But if we do, we go in at half time at 0-0 and we've had 12 shots, something like that, not what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, not what we want to be doing. Last time out, it was a little bit like that. In the cup, we did dominate them, especially first half. They came into it. Second half there, late on, scored a couple of goals, but just fingers crossed we'll be able to stick a couple of balls in the back of the net, I suppose. But yeah,
it's if we can get a goal, I'm
definitely
thinking
the key at the moment. I mean, there's no problem with Rice, and good to see Smith Rowe getting a little start in midfield. So fingers crossed. he can provide a little bit of spark.
Deserves a start. He's definitely deserves a bit more of a chance.
A good option for mixing things up. Provides that a little bit of height. Gets him behind the striker as well, which is good. But fingers crossed. Come Sunday morning or Monday morning this one. I believe Monday morning.
Monday morning, I think it is.
It's a bugger.
So it'll be my last one I can tune in for live. I'll have to be doing that before we get back into it. But yeah, huge game. 3 points will be massive in this one. Probably hit for the footy with a little bit of bat and ball. We've got South Africa. I was going to say arriving. Must be obviously already arrived. They'd be here by now.
They'd be here. Surely would have. I think
Sunday
had a practice game by now, but
Sunday we kick off though, is it?
Yeah, Sunday. I think it might be the Mount, but fingers crossed. We've got some good weather in store. Second 11 really for the South Africans. So surely the lads can rack up a couple of big wins. Unsure if I've seen whether Kane's due to be named in the side.
Has it not already been named?
The squad's been named.
Squad's been named, but not the side. Okay, because I've seen the squad. There was one name I believe. I can't remember it now. I wasn't aware of the name.
Potential debutant, are you talking?
Might have been a potential debutant.
Willow Rourke.
There you go. So, but yeah, what's Sunday? There's not been much else in terms of the bat and ball, really, has there?
Nah, apart from I guess a little bit of domestic cricket here and there.
Yeah, a little bit of domestic cricket, but I mean, we don't often delve into the old domestic. Actually, I guess I did delve into a little bit of it on the weekend, or tried to. Was it Sunday when the rain was pissing down? That little break in the nice weather we've been having. Tried to get involved in a little bit of Super Smash finale. Canterbury up against Auckland. I think they got 14 overs into Canterbury's innings, and to be fair, Auckland didn't look like they were coping with them too well. I hadn't actually seen any of it because by the time I sort of remembered it was on and tuned in, we were already at the washed out, and we were also, without realising, me and Jade tuned in on Duke +1. So not only were we already washed out and they're talking about it maybe continuing, we're looking out going, oh yeah, I doubt it, and then kind of realise, well, they definitely wouldn't have continued because we've had rain for the last bloody hour and we're delayed. So cool to see the two Mackenzie boys there. Shout out to Devonport lads. They popped up on the camera every now and again. I believe Jock was originally named 12th man and then came into play, and I think Gus was 13th man. And the commentators were saying they probably would have had a bit of a battle running on the waters if it had stayed like that. But yeah, I guess a little bit of dart action. Now you've probably seen that I've ran off and grabbed my phone there in the midst of that. Now King of the Hockey is back, everybody. The Premier. That's what I was doing. I've done my bet now. I'm depositing my $10.
We won't get it out in time for the punters.
We won't get it out in time for the punters, but if it comes off, I'm just getting it out there into the general public that we're starting the year off.
We're starting a roll off.
Oh, God, fuck! I've got to delete this bloody. I got a new card, and I can always do the wrong one, and then think something's wrong. We're starting the year off strong, though. Let me just double check that we've got the old price boost going, because you've always got to get the old.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh, I only put $5 on. I didn't read it properly. I rushed ahead. But anyway, before we get to that King of the Hockey, we have had darts over the weekend. Obviously, the week before we saw young Luke Littler get out there and get his first PDC trophy. Made it 3 finals in a row there in the Netherlands. Got absolutely booed coming on against Dirk van Duivenbode in that first game, and just stood there and let the crowd get at him. went up there, beat him 6-2. I believe Dirk had a bit of a moan at Luke. He's just out there, he's playing awesome darts. I think he's the most informed player in the PDC at the moment, in terms of double success rate, and in terms of the average, I believe highest average I think in most recent games. He's just loving it. You can see him up there on the stage. He's not phased by anyone, but unfortunately not able to make it 2 from 2 or 2 from 3, I guess, in terms of finals made. Coming up short to MVG there in the Netherlands. I want to say 8-6, I think the final score was.
It's going to be hard to topple MVG in his home.
It is. It's a tough ask, and I think they were
sleeping in his own bed.
I think they were 6-all at the time, and then MVG taking the last 2, I believe. But it does bring us into the first round of the Premier League. Cardiff, maybe wrong, could be well off, but first round of the Premier League. It does mean we've got a King of the Yockey. Now, obviously, for those of you who still tune in this late in the episode, obviously we've been a bit shorter recently. But if you make it to the darts section and you don't know about the King of the Yockey bets or the way that the Premier League works, you've got four games each week. The top, I guess, 8 of the top darts players in the PDC circuit. Up against each other, battling it out. I think it's 20-something Fridays that they play, and each week I will be placing a little $10 full game multi there, aiming for some sort of trip. Last year we were aiming for Rarotonga there when the weather was poor. We never managed to get ourselves there, but this week $2,856 off 10. That gets you somewhere like that. You kick off first up, Peter Wright up against Rob Cross. Now, also the old King of the Yockey as well. Obviously, they are needing to win the match, most 180s and that highest checkout. So Peter Wright up against Rob Cross. I've had to go for Rob Cross. Peter Wright, a little bit unsure. I think possibly the one player I would be taking out of this year's Premier League. Probably replacing with someone like Dobie. But Rob Cross in there, he's the favourite in that one, $3.75. We've chucked him in. Second game up, Gerwyn Price up against Nathan Aspinall. Now, saw a cool little video there the other day of Gerwyn Price playing Michael Smith in a gala final, and there were 3 all going into the last leg, and they swapped darts, which was really cool to see. Because of that, Gerwyn played quite well with Michael Smith's darts. Won the leg there at the end, and the Asp hasn't been on form recently. I've gone for Gezzy, also the favourite there, $3.50. Game 3, MVG up against Michael Smith. Now, pretty much for the exact same reasons again as the last game. Michael Smith lost with Gezzy's darts, and MVG playing in good form, coming off the win against Luke Littler in the final there. We've chucked MVG in there, $4.50. That's sort of starting to up your bet now. What not a hard one to pick, but what a play by the PDC. Finishing off your first round of the Premier League with Luke Littler up against Luke Humphries. Rematch of obviously the World Championship final there. We've already seen them come up against each other since then, and what a way to finish. I've had to go for Littler. I think he's going to go. I don't think he loses first round of the Premier League. No, I don't think he's going to lose first round and not.
He's only lost 2 finals in the last 6 months.
Yeah, so I think he wins. I think he wins his opening round game. $10 on that. Chuck your little price boost involved as well. $2,856.39. So as you said before, we're not going to get it out to you before any of that kicks off, but I'm just getting it out there into the stratosphere. That bet's coming off ideally. What a way to end the week, what a way to start your long weekend. That'll be kicking off, I want to say, I can just check here, I want to say 7:30 tomorrow, maybe 8:15, first game. First to 5, first to 6, I think it is in the first round. So it's quick fire darts. So yeah, good way to sort of get yourself through your Friday if you're working from home or something like that. Chuck the darts on Sky, but probably wraps us up for another week. As always, if you've made it this far, thank you for tuning in, getting involved however you may do. Remember to give us a like, a 5-star, a subscription. We're still waiting. Collins, Fred, one of the boys, at least someone's got to come out there and hook us up with a little voice message.
Yeah.
It'd be ideal. Enjoy your week ahead. Enjoy your Waitangi Day there next Tuesday. If you're having a punt, do so responsibly. And hopefully we'll see you here next week.
Sounds good to me. We'll see you again.
Ciao.
Marshall skips away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing.
Bennett and the Dragons win the grand final.
Whips that one away, and Kane Williamson and his team now world test champions.